Good day, people. Today I want to talk about two subjects pertaining to Jamaica. One, I want to talk about my personal reason for not trusting politicians in Jamaica. And two, it's really a question that I have to ask you guys about Jamaica minister or ministers of parliament. So let me get into my reason for why I personally don't trust Jamaican politicians. When I was a child growing up in Jamaica, I was about 7 years old, and I lived in one of those neighborhoods that is rife when it comes to election and rife when it comes to politics. The election was about to come up, and politician usually comes to the neighborhood to give incentives. Give the residents incentive as why you should vote for us, and when you vote for us, when we get into office, life is just going to be great. Life is just going to be bliss. Vote for us. One politician in particular, I won't mention his name, but I do remember his name. He was the member of parliament for our neighborhood, our constituency, and he made a promise to the people in the neighborhood that he will come through and he will give gifts to the children. But he wasn't just going to hand gifts to the children. They were going to make a whole big deal out of this thing. I mean, this thing was going to be televised. So I remember in the neighborhood, they even made up little makeshift stage, a wooden stage with curtains of the particular party color, and everybody was wearing their shirts and everything. And even the TV crew was there from JBC. Yep, I still remember the name. It was called JBC back then, before, I believe it's now TVJ. 5 South Odeon Avenue in Halfway Tree. Yes, that's right. So the filming was going to be done in our neighborhood. So to make a long story short, the day came and our parents prepped us. My mom in particular, she was like, make sure that you smile, make sure that you shake their hands, and make sure that you look in their faces. My mom kept telling me that, show your manners, show your manners, show your manners. And I believe the other parents was doing the same thing. So my mom, got me ready, put me in my best dress, and it was showtime. So when we went out there, all the children queued up in a line, and everybody went on stage, and I couldn't wait for my 5 seconds of fame, because I was going to be on TV, and this was going to be some bragging rights at school. I was going to be able to tell my friends that I was on TV. As we got on stage, a woman was on stage. I believe she was the aide, one of the aide of the politician, and she had the box of gifts. Well, she passed it to the member of parliament, and he handed it to the children. So I remember it was my time. She passed it to the member of parliament. I looked up in his face like my mom said, with a big smile, took it, shook his hand, and shouted out a great big thank you. Then I left the stage. We were off stage, and the woman, the aide, she asked if she could hold the gifts for a short little while, and she'll give it back to us. So as naive as we were, we just gave her back the gifts. And they left. Show was over. They left. It was a sham. It was a ploy. We had no gifts. But as far as the rest of Jamaica knew, we got gifts, because that was televised. That's what the rest of Jamaica saw. And you can just imagine how mad the people in the neighborhood were. My mom was mad. I was mad. It's 30 plus years later, and I can still remember that. And for that reason, I don't trust politicians in Jamaica. I mean, politicians worldwide are known. It is one of those professions that people just don't trust you. You have to kind of like sell your soul in order to be a politician. They say what you want to hear, but they don't necessarily come true. Anyway, that is my personal story, my personal experience. It's one of those stories that I've shared with a lot of my friends, and they have said many times before, you should put it in one of your books. But I've not done that yet. I thought, okay, let me share this story here just to create some content for the channel. Anyway, I have a question. The question is it me? Am I the only person that's puzzled by the Jamaican political title, Minister Without Portfolio? I want to know, because the first time I heard that, I thought, that just sounds like a whole bunch of rubbish right there. That sounds to me like somebody is actually getting paid for doing nothing. Is this hush money? I need to know, because Minister Without Portfolio, it doesn't make no sense to me. And I even went as far as breaking it down as to what such a title should mean. I mean, let's break it down. Minister. The general term for minister goes to pastor and so on. We're not talking about that. And the general term for portfolio is usually a little attaché case that we have a whole bunch of documents in. We're not talking about that. The political definition for minister, I went as far as writing it down. I don't usually do my vlogs with notes, but I believe this one was so important that I want to be 100% accurate. And the definition for political minister is a person who is appointed by or under the authority of the sovereign, the Queen or the Governor General, or head of government to some high office of the state. So that could be like Andrew Holness, who's the Prime Minister of the moment, who's the Prime Minister at the moment. And portfolio, in a political sense, means the office or post of a minister of state or member of a cabinet. So let me say that again. The office or post of a minister of state or a member of cabinet. That's what a political minister is. So usually it's Minister of Finance, Minister of Works, Minister of Education, Minister of Health, so on and so forth. But now we've got a minister without portfolio. It doesn't make any sense to me, so I want, maybe you guys who are living in Jamaica could break it down to me. I heard the term while watching the news and it was just like, whoa, what exactly is a minister without portfolio? I'm an author, I write. I have a God-given talent to play with words and to make them sound melodic and all that goodness. I don't use my gift of writing to contribute to anything that I honestly believe is negative or misleading. I can give you a whole example of wordplay. Here are a few. Maintenance executive. Now, if you put this on a CV, sounds impressive, but it only means that you're a janitor. Hygiene administrator. An hygiene administrator only means you're a toilet cleaner. This is my favorite. Botanical distribution expert. That just takes up a whole lot of space on your resume. And all that it means is just saying you sell flowers. So playing around with words, I understand. If you're trying to impress someone on a CV. But then, Minister Without Portfolio, this is playing around with an entire nation. I'm curious, is it hush money or is it something that I don't know? Each one teach one. You guys can educate me. Let me know, because until someone make it straight for me, I'm just going to continue to believe that Minister Without Portfolio is what Jamaican would call bare-faced robbery. You mean someone that's just taking your tax money, or someone that's just living large in Jamaica, living good in Jamaica, and actually doesn't do anything for it. So I wait for you guys to give me a feedback, and hope you enjoy this content. Speaking of content for the channel, I want to say thanks to all the new subscribers. I've had a whole lot of subscribers over the last week, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the feedback that you guys gave on most of the videos. I even appreciate the negative feedback. I mean, this is what this platform is about. It's about socializing. It's about sharing your views. So you don't have to agree with me for me to appreciate you. As long as you interact with the channel, even a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. But I truly mostly appreciate the ones who subscribe and share and gave me the thumbs up. Recommend my channel to your friends. The more subscriber I get, is more motivated it makes me feel, and I will continue to try to put nothing but positive content on this channel. My aim is to stay relevant. I may not put a video every day or every week because I don't want to just jump in front of the camera just because I want to open my mouth. Unless there's a topic that's relevant enough for me to talk about, I won't do a vlog or a video. And if you guys have any suggestion, if there's something going on in Jamaica, don't be afraid to inbox me, send me a message, and I will investigate the particular subject or issue, and if I find it relevant, I'll definitely share my opinion in it and whatever facts that I can research and find. Okay, so once again, thanks for the subscription, and until next time, peace.